Hey folks, Kilt-Man here. Kilt-Man at your service. Hey, now, you catch me on the flip side of a Freedom Friday. Yes, one of those nights of wild, decadent debauchery and abandonment and whiskey. Except it really wasn't. It was one of the quietest, deadest nights I've ever encountered in town. It did start me having fun, but it wasn't quite what I expected. And you may have heard me going on about the new Wetherspoons in town, which is called the Captain Alexander. A husky has intruded upon the scene, and going on about like how big that whiskey was that poor barmaid served me, and the fantastic price for a large whiskey, a large grouse. It's only £3.10. Well, last night that price seemed to zoom up to £4.15. I asked why. Aren't they a set price? Well, whoever's been charging that's been charging you wrong. Who was it? So it's several different people actually have done it. Anyway, I've now lost interest in Wetherspoons. Wetherspoons, you fucked up with me there. You let me down. So, anyway, the reason why I'm doing this is because we have had nothing but rain. Rain. It's June. My birthday month of June. And it should be summertime. We've had glorious warm weather. We've had loads of days where I've been able to sport around with no top on. Even the rain doesn't stop me doing that, but you know what I mean. And it's miserable, it's depressing. And I woke up this morning and there was something that I didn't notice. And it's something that we've called the Escape from New York birds. You can see a little Siberian little shark fin going past, can't you? A little fairy shark fin of Siberian fare. And we have these birds. I don't even know what they are because we've got lots and lots and lots of trees. One day I'll show you all that. But lots of trees at the back there, and we're back onto the cemetery, and it's just gorgeous. And they're very tall, thick foliage trees. And all year round, the birds, are singing and tweeting. Even during the winter time, and it's beautiful. It's bloody noisy sometimes, sometimes they're sparring, having wars, or big war on the branches and all that, but anyway. But there's certain birds that, I don't know what they are, and it was actually the wife that picked up on it, because, if you're stuck with me, I'm wearing St. Plissken's muscle tee, I'm wearing his life clock. Let's just see how long I've got. I've got quite a long time. I've got 22 hours, 51 minutes and 20 seconds to go before both my arteries open up, Not high explosive, just the size of a pinhead, Excuse me one moment while I wet my whistle. I'll be playing John Carpenter's fantastic score to Escape from New York here, because this is what I'm coming to. These birds, now, I was playing at this particular time, it'd be years ago, but it's pretty much constant. Escape from New York, Escape from New York, Escape from New York. And I get these phases where, I get into it, and the wife went, I can't believe it. Are those birds doing the theme tune to Escape from New York? And I went, what? Are you going mad, woman? Mental? And I listened, and oh my God, they were. Now, any ornithologists amongst you, is that the right word? People who bird fanciers. I'm a bird fancier of a slightly different persuasion. And I don't know what they are, but if I did this tune now to this call, and it's repetitive, a bit like John Carpenter's soundtracks are anyway. But these birds, let's pause that for a second. You'll see what I mean. These birds, and their call is this. And this goes on and on. Another one will go, and so you're getting it in stereo as well, outside our bedroom window, and you're just waiting for the synth to come in. I'm going to show you the main title, Escape from New York's main title theme. See if you can spot the similarity. Because the point is, I woke up this morning and they weren't doing it. They do it whatever the weather, but they seem to have gone. They've escaped from New Brighton. I live on the border of Wallasey and New Brighton. But let's listen to this. Listen to this. So you're waiting for like a chorus of cats at the bottom of the trees going doodle-doo, meow, 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 meow. And the Escape from New York birds are going like, oh, 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 oh. Is Kilt-Man running out of topics to talk about? Beside me here is Snake Plissken's leather jacket. It is one lovely bit of kit, that. And famously Kurt Russell, the jacket. You only briefly see him wear it, to be honest, but it is iconic. It does become iconic. And in the annals of, you know, superstar, iconic film clothing. God, struggled there. And when they were filming in St. Louis, he walked off the set, and there was a down and out, a guy on the streets, a wino, you know, dressed basically just in the ragged leather jacket that you see Snake Plissken wear. And Kurt Russell went, you know, Snake would wear that jacket. That jacket screams Snake Plissken to me. So he buys it off this guy, probably giving him more money than the guy's ever had in his life, you know. And walks back onto the set, and big John Carpenter goes, "Motherfucker, else there? We want to see your arms, your muscles. You've been working out for months for this, man. Come on." And but no, they loved the jacket. So that is the genuine replica version from Wested leather, and they do all the Indiana Jones jackets. I have talked about this before, but this is one hell of a cool jacket. So put it on for you. That music playing, and with the hair. Where's my damn eye patch gone? I do have one. But there you go. Very, very accurate indeed. Side ties, this little vertical pocket, the little bizarre pocket there. Now, it's in lambskin, so it's very soft and supple, and it is, you probably can't quite see there. I mean, in the film, the jacket, the shoulder, the collar, is ripped to hell. I mean, literally ripped to hell. It is just threadbare. Well, obviously, they're not going to do that, but you got it in a distressed, weathered look, and then you just wear the hell out of it, and it gets, hopefully, it'll weather itself. So, I mean, you could always, this is the thing about jackets as well, and making them authentic, you know, making them scream accurate. You've got to batten them up. Leather jackets, really, you know, I've done this with Mad Max jackets before. I'll do a video on them at some point. Where I've bought brand new, fantastic, purely identical leather jackets to what he wears in Mad Max 2 and Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. And then obviously you've got to cut a sleeve off it, and you've got to batter it. Batter the hell out of it. Drag it behind the car. What I found the best thing to do was, we had some old bricks in the back, red house bricks. So what I would do, I would smash up the house bricks with a hammer, and I would rub them into the leather, literally scouring this red or kind of like ochre tinted dust. And so it took down, it dustified, it wastelandified, you know, these leather jackets, and they look fantastic. I will do a video. I've got a perfect replica of Mad Max 2 jacket, which is the same jacket as in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. It is the same jacket. But what I've got, I knew a guy in America who had the original mould for the shoulder plate that he has. And the Rawlins like shoulder plate for American football. The iconic single shoulder pad that he has, bit of armour. And so he had the mould, so he was making genuine, you know, to what Mel Gibson wore in 2 movies, shoulder pads. And I got one of them, and it is a glorious bit of kit. He even does the original strap that goes underneath, a perfect replica of the original strap that goes underneath the armpit and all that, and anchors it in. You need to get your little red rag as well, which sort of ties up, but he uses that to mop up, you know, the gasoline, you know, save it. I'm just here for the gasoline, you know. and the little puddles, and he squeezes it into little tins and that, and then ties it back up on his sleeve. It's fucking great, you know. Says the guy who doesn't really wear jackets a lot. I've actually got a hell of a lot of jackets, a hell of a lot of them. I've got loads of Captain America ones, I've got Wolverine jackets, all the Mad Max jackets, Escape from New York, Indiana Jones, oh Jesus, and numerous, you know, combat jackets of every single, you know, camouflage pattern you can think of. I've got them. The cupboards are bare, we've got no food, but hey, I've got thousands of jackets and kilts and masks and swords, you know, things that, you know, a family need on a day-to-day basis of staying alive. You know. That shirt, this is not the official one. I've got a few Slate Plissken shirts. One of them is genuine. One of them is made by Susie Love it's in San Diego, and it's a wet look vinyl. It's called liquid vinyl because the shirt he wears in the film has got this sort of wet look sheen to it, and it's skin tight as well. It's stretch material. It's fabulous, and the zips do work, but it is just a glorious bit of kit. But I'm not wearing that one because that one, although it's figure hugging, I don't find it fits me better than this, which is just a Hanes sleeveless, you know, muscle vest, which Mrs. Kilt-Man put the zips in. And when you're walking about and you're doing your Snake Plissken, because I go Comic-Con as Plissken, and you've got your life clock on, you've got your tracker on, you've got your Siberian combat trousers on, your big Alpine high point, oh my god, those boots, and the shin plates as well, the knee pads, you know, when you got all that gear on, and the eye patch, this one looks better. It just has that iconic cut to it. Very strange. Jamie Lee Curtis making a little cameo appearance there. Let's go back onto the Escape from New York bit, because it really is a shame that, wouldn't it be great if they just piped up now, because it's in their absence that I'm doing this. It's because they're not there. Where are they gone? God damn it, where are they gone? Have they been washed away in this epic flood that's taking place? This tsunami from the sky. But yeah, the Escape from New York birds. Only here in Castle Kilt-Man would you get that. That's what they do. It'd be so great if the rest of the animals of the forest out there all chimed in on little keyboards. One's doing the Halloween theme on the bongos. Anyway, folks, that's a little brief video for you. Oh, by the way, for those of you wondering, I'm wearing the Hunting Stewart tartan today. Hunting Stewart. I have, I think 10, maybe more different Stewart tartans. Hunting, traditional, modern, royal, weathered. Oh Christ, there's others. Dress. No, it's one of the favourite, one of the big league, the big tartan hitters. You know, but the royal Stewart is one of the most obvious. It bedecks tins of shortbread biscuits because it's a very vivid, bold red. You know. Oh, the Escape from New York birds. Please come back. It can be annoying though, because they don't go into the rest of the feed. They just play that bit, and you kind of wait for them to carry on with it. I wish they'd ever got this, my favourite track, which is The Duke Arrives. Plissken's met Brain, and of course Maggie. The Duke gave it to Brain just to keep him happy. Know what I mean? And they're discussing how to get the president out and blah blah blah. They leave the library in New York, Central Library, and of course the Duke rocks up with his convoy, his entourage, with their jacked up, you know, caddies on the hydraulics, chandeliers on the front of his own limo. Like, it's just awesome. But of course, he's played by Isaac Hayes, Carpenter, composing for him his own movie as usual. Hang on. Throws in kind of like, a funky beat. This is Isaac Hayes, you remember? Shaft. Right on. Carpenter's basic rhythms, basic beats, the way he builds on them, and adds just little flourishes, like the little clap. I love that sequence as well for Plissken, because Plissken doesn't give a shit. He hasn't got long to live, let's be honest, so he can't piss around, can he? And there's the Duke of New York. He's been told the Duke's got the president. So, right, the Duke's here. Everyone else runs and hides. What does he want? He wants my diagram of the bridge. Because the 69th Street Bridge has got all bombs across it, like, and mines. But they know where they're planted. They got a diagram from a guy that got all the way across before they shot the poor bastard. How did you get the diagram off the guy that got all the way across the bridge and then get shot? How did you get the Who cares? They did. Plissken just stands there. It's Mach 10. It's Ingram Mach 10, just like that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how many men you've got. I want to see you. But he kind of realises, maybe discretion is the better part of valour at this particular junction in time. So he goes and hides in the shadows, and then of course he takes out a couple of goons, and they hijack a vehicle. And they go and make a very heroic attempt to rescue the president, but it results in disaster and Snake being captured. I'm going far too much into this. Let's just listen to this suspenseful beat. Somebody was going to make a little intrusion on our video. Somebody's none too quietly lurking out there right now. Who's that?
Me.
Oh, Jesus. No, it's not Jesus. It's Mrs. Kilt-Man. Did you hear that voice of authority? Yeah. That's the voice I wake up to. Bollocking me, usually. How much have you spent? Where have you been? You didn't need to go out. You don't need another mask. How many kilts does a grown man need? I'm not going to bail you out again. That's financially, that's not from prison, Just awesome, isn't it? For my money, the most accomplished, best produced soundtrack that he did, with so much depth, colour, variety, trademark rhythms and beats and pure synth, was Big Trouble in Little China. Got the full score for that, and you can lose yourself in that completely. It's a vast, complex, dense album. It's just wonderful stuff. He brings in the exotic qualities of Chinese culture. I mean, you can definitely hear the Chinese influence to so much of the music in that soundtrack. This is just urban funk, urban synthesized funk with an action sort of ostinato. Big Trouble in Little China, Prince of Darkness, he moved on to better, more complex, more inventive, more innovative synthesizers and emulators and stuff like. And of course he brought in other instruments as well. He got far more able to, he had more time to invest in doing his soundtracks. Unlike the immediately quick, knee-jerk soundtracks he did for Halloween, Assault on Precinct 13 especially, Escape from New York, and The Fog, which he rattled off really, really quickly because he was cheap and on time. They couldn't afford to get anybody else in to compose something new. But for Big Trouble in Little China and Prince of Darkness especially, he had a lot of time which he could sit and really let ideas cascade through his brain and filter out into his fingertips and just create these fantastic soundscapes. Big Trouble in Little China, I'm going to cover that at some point. I've got stuff from that. I've got the vest, Jack Burton's vest. What I haven't got though, and what I really, really, really do want, is the boots. I've got the Plissken boots. I've got Mad Max's boots, but I really want those high top moccasin boots that were made especially for Kurt Russell. So it's not like you can go out and get them, you know. But I've looked around, and there are companies, especially in America. Don't mind pointing there. I'm pointing to you guys in America. You moccasin makers in America. Please send me a pair. I've seen similar types, but man, are they pricey. And you know, I'd have to like stop drinking whiskey for a good year and a half before I could afford even one of those boots. I'd be hopping around, you know, like a limping Jack Burton. But those boots are great. And they've got like a little concealed part as well where he has a knife tucked down, which he unstraps. It's just fucking awesome. Kurt Russell is magnificent forever. But his heyday, clearly, you know, Snake, Jack Burton. My God, how dare I miss out McCready?
I said, who are you?
And yes, I've got that jacket too. And the flight suit.
Going down, we need him.
And the glacier goggles. And the bloody big hat.
Snake Plissken. I've heard of you.
God damn it. That's gone wrong. McCready's great big bloody hat. You know, perfect for wearing in the Antarctic, you know. Really keeps your head warm in them blizzards. Aye. Cool, isn't it? Yeah. It's not the official one. Which again, you can get it. There's a company in America, again, they specialise in making replica hats from movies, like obviously the fedora from Indiana Jones. But they do a McCready, R.J. McCready Thing hat. Because it's not a sombrero. Everyone goes, it's a sombrero. It's not. It's a modified Montana Peak campaign hat. A campaign hat like they wore in the First World War, like US Marine drill instructors would wear, but with a broadened brim and a heightened peak, a Montana four-part peak to it. So they built it up and built it out, and then they turned it all up so it looked like a bloody sombrero. So everyone goes, oh, that's sombrero he wears, and it's not at all a sombrero. That is actually 3 hats in one, which I modified. I built that up together, and I put talcum powder on it, and then hairsprayed that in, lacquered it in. So on the entire McCready costume, it's not a costume because it's a genuine flight suit, genuine boots, genuine jacket. I've got the thermal shirt as well, and the same one that he wears. And I frosted it all up with this talcum powder, and then lacquered it on with hairspray. So you had this frosted snow and ice effect to it. Oh man, it looks great. And I rigged up my own flamethrower. Oh God, that's here. Now this has seen better days, folks. But here's my flamethrower. We're going out to give Blair the blood test. If he tries to make it back here when we're not with him, burn him. Damn it, child, torch it! So there you go. That's my flamethrower. And last year for Halloween, I carved a pumpkin out where the face was upside down, and I put in these huge gangly spider legs, and I put 2 jelly eyes on like sticks, and it was the spider head that crawls off poor Norris. Oh man, looked great. I might do the same thing again this year. The same thing again this year. Folks, as always, I've let my tea go cold. Stuff of value, worth and substance on other people's channels. But you don't come here for that. I've given you some Escape from New York details, some Big Trouble in Little China details, some John Carpenter composing tactics. I've shown you some stuff, bits and bobs, and we've discussed the Escape from New York birds. Anyone out there who knows what that species of bird is, please let me know. I mean, you know the sound they make, and they don't make any other noise at all. It's just and then the other ones all chime in, and they're all doing it. And in the end, you're like that. Oh God, I love this theme, but please, stop now. Folks, love you all. We're going to end on the snake shake. This was meant to be the end credits to Escape from New York. And it does scream Snake. It's cool. It's futuristic. It's urban. Tambourine. It's awesome. This was going to play with the end credits. After Snake's destroyed the tape is going to save the world. And drop the president in the deep shit, you know? And he just doesn't care, does he? And but John Carpenter, when he played it, he realised it's a bit too upbeat for the dark, brooding, sombre action, future noir that he created. And it's just a little bit too light of feel. So they swapped it and played the main title. Got the birds back in again for the end credit sequence. This is great. Look, all the different bits of beat that comes in. Snake. The one thing I haven't got, and I've got the tracker as well, the one thing I haven't got is the belly tattoo. But I am, believe you me, I am going to get the belly tattoo as well. It's going to cost hundreds to get it, because it's quite intricate, the design. When you see it properly, it's quite intricate. All the scales that are on the snake, the cobra. And of course the thing is, in the movie, I've got the pants as well, in the movie, the snake tattoo goes woo, like that, and stops there, just below his belt, you know. In reality, because it wasn't a real tattoo either, in reality, I'm going to have to get that continued. So I might have a double-headed snake, if you know what I mean. And I'm sure one end of it will rattle. So at some point, folks, I ain't saying when, because it won't be this year, unless we win some moolah. But I'll show you, you know, the full belly tattoo, the belly cobra of Plissken. Because one thing you can guarantee, Plissken will be back. They are still trying to get this remake, this reboot off the ground. God knows. I've said it a million times before and I'm going to say it again. Kurt Russell could still do it. If we can get Arnold Schwarzenegger and Stallone playing their most iconic characters, Conan and Rambo and bloody Terminator again, because he's going to do Conan again, he is. Aged. You can get Kurt Russell back, he's still plowing movies out, he's still doing action. He can play Snake Plissken again, of course. Let's get a proper finale to the Snake Plissken, you know, cycle of movies. Because Escape from LA, as fun as many elements of it are, is lackluster, stupid, and unwanted. Because, you know, John Carpenter didn't really want to do a sequel to it. It was fan based that that film even got made. Fans just clamoured for more Plissken, and now over the years, I think even Carpenter's realised, because fucking Halloween's back in it, you know. The unkillable Michael Myers. You can't even fucking kill the movies, can you? I love Michael Myers, but come on now. Bring back Snake. He hasn't got to escape from anywhere. You haven't got to copy the same story again. Just have him on a mission, then have him doing something. Another job. The guy's an anti-hero. You can do whatever he fucking wants. You can have any sort of story. Especially now he's busted the world back to the Stone Age. Anything can happen. Oh, speaking of anything can happen, it does appear that the Escape from New York Birds are making another appearance. That's a chicken, isn't it? With little life clocks on their little feet, little eye patches, stubble on them. Like they've all got long hair, little muscle vests on, big muscly wings. Right, fun. Make sure you guys have lots of it. All the time and in abundance. Come on now. Be happy, be safe. Keep it Celtic, keep it kilted. And let's just try and get along, hey? Folks, I'm going to see you all. Usain Bolt?